Shropshire Sarracenias, 20th of May 2018. Update of the collection 2 weeks before the open day. So we're looking at the Wilkinson White Knight and the emerging Praetorian Guard. We've had an awful lot of sunshine lately, which has helped plants to catch up with their growth. It's a very tall Timothy King, and you can get an idea of the state of growth and what the plants might be like in 2 weeks prior to the open day. Red tubes are colouring up nicely, and there's still a lot of pitches to grow up, but there's going to be some height. F32 getting tall, and the back one is F34. I'm not going to go too much into detail, it's just really to give you an idea of the colour variation, a quick flyby so to speak. Love this lid on F137, and next to it is F143 from Reading University. There's a little bit of a hole in the maturity of the pitches, but there's plenty in growth. F182, and then we come with a nice clump of F216, and behind it is F199. This monster is F228. He's just about getting there. Goldie, looking as Goldie does. Now we're moving on. Some younger flowers have been added to the collection, and then we're starting at Dion. Hurricane Queen Right going on. Famous L131 with spring pitches, and then an array of spring pitches of leucophalas. They did flower profusely. Had to remove a lot of flowers to give the pitches a chance to grow. But this time, I think, if we have this prolonged sunshine, I think it will be quite a good year. Now going down to the Elata bench, and then new environments as usual. They seem to be liking this situation very much, so they're putting on some decent size. This is A20, A28. Scan across, here's the Reading University clones, and A46. And this year, as mentioned in the previous video, I actually put the Orophyllus in the lower bench to make way for the hybrids. Here's a very large clump of Brooks hybrids. Adrian Slacks. But this is a real point of interest. This is the tall forms of, or giant form of Orophylla. These are standing around about 80 centimetres. You compare with the regular Orophyllus, these stand up head and shoulders above them. And Rubras in full bloom. This is my favourite Jonesy Eye, RJ7. Absolutely super vigorous in what a form it is. And moving on to the Golf Fences clones and Rubras. And finally, all the new rising cuttings. Moving on to the plants in front. Neil Wilkinson. And then Clava Red Tube, Regelii, Titan. More large Regelii forms. These will end up at the Shrewsbury Flower Show display plants. And some new ones, some crosses were made between Flava Allred and F18 a few years ago. Some more Adrian Slacks. A hybrid of, obviously involving Sarracenia Flava and Caprea. Some red tubes, and some other crosses I've made. And this measuring something just over a metre tall, is the H136. And then obviously the Papyrus, they had every plant in the greenhouse had a good feed last year of insects because of the proximity of horses, our 2 cats and their unwanted cat food. It seemed to have done the trick. Cabbages now. These, to give you an idea, these are 11 centimetre square pots, and the pitches are growing well. These ones are just divided and repotted. I'm sure they will respond in kind. And there's Melissa Mizure and the system Venus Berkii, planted by the M18. Sarracenia bench. This is the first of the yellow flower Sarracenias, just beginning to open up. Sadly, I won't be able to capture it for a few days because I'm off to Ireland for the next few days for my normal day job work. And it was a backdrop of minor. I've organised the collection, all the minors in number order, but with obviously the Oki-Finoki-ensis at the back and the typical minors at the front. As some of you know, I've actually got a growing area of Sarracenia just growing in sphagnum moss in water. They seem to be liking it. This is the first time they've really got to flowering in this situation. And here's the other minors in bloom. It's always the lates and scruffiest plants, but they'll be tidied up before the open day comes. And with the new situation comes the hybrids, starting with H1, God's gift, looking very graceful. And behind it is some Diane Whittaker's growing some very nice tall pitches already. There's also a late one. But there's something like over 450 different hybrids on this bench now. A lot of unnumbered ones, H42. Oh. I have hornets in the greenhouse. I don't want to mess with you. So I'll leave him alone. Copper vase. This elegant fellow came from Phil Wilson as a Purpurea aureophylla hybrid. This is Peaches. I repotted a lot this year. This has got the nice name of Saul's Throat by Derek Clavelbait. Pink thing. That looks like it's going to be a tall picture on it this year. Glider. Suka number 4 from Japan. I think I'm going to pronounce this right. This is Suka number 4, and just behind it is Idoiman. Ali card at the back. Orange glow. Johnny Wilkerson. And in the foreground, a very squat looking green frog. Mono spring pitches. Hornets on the move. It'll get out when the window's open. This is Tarn, named after Derek Clavelbait's late wife. Some red-throated Moriais in nominata. And we're going on some new plants. This is Mesa Exotics, Vintner's Treasures just behind it, and Saxophore just there. This is one of random seedling I picked up. Some of Merrick's crosses. whole load of new plants. So a lot of these are young plants. There's Blackshear, Sergeant Hartman is in there somewhere. Some nice Morii. So the colour's getting a bit washed up. It's in the sunniest part of the greenhouse. The sun has just cleared the trees. It's quite early on Sunday morning. And some of my own crosses. There's one here still maturing, but this is Elizabeth Aidan times with Leah Wilkerson. And then we'll walk down, coming the other way now. The light's coming on these plants. Just as we go by, some pure white lucos. This particular one's from Japan. And look across, I love the red-throated L111 or SL61 from Cedric. So let the hornet do its thing. It's a monster, it's massive. Now we're in the sales greenhouse. This is Parisinia purpureum, subspecies purpura, getting ready for the August show in Shrewsbury. Some tissue culture plants of Fogel. But what I have on offer on the bench is quite a lot. I haven't had a chance to write to everyone, so these plants will be available at the open day. So there's Leah by Leah Self, there's Adrian Slacks, there's Esby Cowlards, there's Dusky Princess. In the foreground we have a good-sized Timothy King, more Leahs, Adrian Slacks, and assorted hybrids, rubus species, subspecies, more tissue culture material, all the Elias you'll ever want, and then leucophyllus like Hurricane Creek, Tarnock, giant purple and white, hot pinks, as a sign in free plants, and then as Flavus the early plants, all the clones that's still on there from Robricorpora, Atropipuria, and then the numbered clone ones. There's still a few interesting ones after this year's mail order sessions and exports. Some very big burgundy plants that's opening up. F18. Just a quick look at the germinating seedlings. This is last year's crosses, all germinating nicely. And now the seedling zone. These are all seedlings selected from the grow trays last year. So there's around about 200 odd plants. We're in the shade a little bit at the moment, but the sun will soon come round. You can get the idea of what species clones are involved in some of these crosses. A lot of these are, like a lot of people have done already, Adrian Slack times Leah Wilkerson, but it's amazing what you get out of a seed pod. but this one's different. This is F100 times L13, so this is a very tall Regelii crossed with a green and white Luco. And the same with this one. But my favourite at the moment, I have to lift it round, is this fellow here. This is Leah Wilkerson times Helen Mary. Then this with the dappled lid. That's labelled as Adrian Stack times Leah Wilkerson. Coming in again. A few more interesting ones, but also seedlings. Someone sent me a few years ago of maturing. This looks like giant pink lip with crossed with some sort of flower Regelii. Then small wall of Sarracenia flava clones which haven't made it into the collection yet. Some more rhizome cuttings, but just to capture it on the light. The sundew looking very nice in the morning sun. And finally, the flytrap collection. Some are getting quite bushy. I didn't have the time to divide them all, but sometimes just let them bulk up is quite good. My display ones for the flower show should be very dense by the time it comes along. And panic across to the other side of the bench. So the panel across, just in between the greenhouses. We've had an amazing amount of sunshine, so hopefully plants will be full colour for you if you're able to come on June the 2nd. Thanks for watching.